Yeah. So I got bored, obviously, because I'm unemployed and I don't go to college. So what I did, like, hey, why don't I just start making more videos? The last video I made was teriyaki chicken, and I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't look good. It's my first video and it doesn't look good. So why don't I make another one? See, I found this viral recipe from Instagram Reels. You know, the one you scroll like TikTok, but for Instagram, yeah. And I found this thing. It's actually kind of easy and it's really cool. So the ingredient was like chicken, flour. You refry the chicken. It's essentially like a Korean sweet chicken, and it's really easy to make, really delicious. I've made it twice now, and why don't I just make a video for the second one, right? So yeah. The first thing that you need to do, or essentially the first ingredient you need to do, is you need to get yourself a chicken breast. I don't know how much 1 kilo chicken breast gets you, but get just a piece of chicken breast, or maybe like 2 pieces. Oh, let's ask the seller, like, hey, can I get a chicken but just the breast, and they give you the chicken breast. You know, I'm gonna put it over here. Hopefully, you can see later, right? And then you just, cut it up into small cutlets. Let's just say nugget sized. You can make it fillet, you can make it whatever. Just make it just around like this size, so it's much more manageable and everything. So you cut it up and then you put it in a bowl, right? And my advice whenever you cut meat is make it semi-frozen. If you make it semi-frozen, they're much easier to cut, and it wasn't stringy, gooey, and slimy and disgusting everywhere. Yeah, put it in a bowl, and we'll move on to the next one. I forgot to film the part where I put the flour in the chicken. So yeah, that's what you do. You put the flour in the chicken, you add a little bit of mixed water. This is essentially to marinate the chicken. And I advise you to use a spicy flavored flour instead of the normal one. That way it has a little bit more complexity to the flavor. Mainly because the sauce is gonna be sweet and all that, so it adds a little bit more umami on it. So yeah, that's what this part essentially is. This part is essentially the most important part because it's like the whole point of making it like sweet Korean chicken, right? You need to make the sauce. And I found this video in the Instagram vid. I'm not gonna name names, but it just sounds so annoying. The announcer in the video said it's such an annoying tone. It drives me crazy replaying it. So I'm gonna list it so you can just like, in fact, I'm gonna list it in the video, so when you want to make this thing, you can just pause it and look at the whole thing, and it's like, oh, that's the recipe. You don't have to like scroll in between frames and get the ones that you wanted, right? So you want to put 2 teaspoons of honey, not 2 teaspoons. Oh, I already fucked it up. 2 spoonful of honey, 3 spoonful of brown quality of the chicken. See, in this particular recipe, you need to fry the chicken twice, once, until it became yellow, right? You just fry it once until it became yellow, not until fully cooked, just until it's fully yellow, right? Not browned, just yellow. Set it aside, let it cool down. After you let it cool down, let's just say give around 5-15 minutes, you fry it again, this time until it's brown and until it's completely cooked, right? Because it will make the chicken much more crispier and all that, and yada yada yada. Same thing how you make french fries crispier, right? Again, you put that sauce mixture I said before, right? Put on a saucepan. You want to heat it up in small heat until it starts to bubble up, and it gets thicker. When that gets thicker, you slap the chicken in there. No, wait, no. After it gets okay, you put the sauce into the saucepan, right? You keep stirring it until it starts to bubble up and thickens, and then, or before that, you add the slurry I said before, right? And then you tweet. I'm gonna retweet all again. You take the saucepan, put the sauce mixture that I said before, right? And then you add the slurry, and then you stir it up until it starts to thicken and turns to like candy. You can feel it. It starts to bubble up and everything, right? And you put the chicken in, toss it, completely mixed, completely. You know, every single like a piece of chicken was like candied and everything, right? And then there you go. But make sure it's all colored up and make sure you do all this properly, or else it's gonna be soggy. And in the end, you add sesame seeds for aesthetic. I don't know what sesame seeds does. It adds no taste. It's just, oh look, sprinkle with seeds. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. So yeah, there we go. And B-roll. I'm gonna make up the soy face. B-roll time.